Hello YouTube, Flashlight Enthusiast here. Today I would like to show you some novelty LEP flashlight from Acebeam that actually disappeared from my site for quite a long time. However, once I saw it during my walks with my friend Latarcoholic, I immediately thought I had to show it to you so you can have a chance to learn more about this magnificent flashlight. For many of us, LEP flashlights are just great when it comes to throw, however extremely impractical when it comes to general use and walking with your flashlight around the house, in the woods, etc, etc. What if I told you that something could be done with a flashlight, LEP flashlight, to make it more practical in terms of both throw and flat without adding a second channel of normal LEDs? Well, it seems that Acebeam just did that. If you are a regular viewer of my channel, you know that Acebeam actually experimented with dual channel and zoomable LEP flashlights to make them more practical than rather a pinpointing beam. Now with the Acebeam W35 with a little bit more advanced technology, which Acebeam calls diffractive electrode pattern structure, they are able to electronically control the focus of LEP beam, meaning you can go from extra focus, narrow, pinny pointy beam to something that can actually be used to walk around the house or the forest inside a single reflector LEP flashlight. Is it really the same technology that Monker used for their crown flashlight, with first digital zoom flashlight on the market with SBT90 LED? Well, it is extremely unpopular, but I would definitely like to find out. I got Acebeam W35 as a courtesy of my friend Latarcoholic. He's not only my great friend but also an expert in flashlights, so I highly encourage you to check out his materials and posts below this video. And if you are interested in W35, then there's also links below this video to help you get them better price but also support the channel. Acebeam W35 comes in a nice attractive box with flashlight picture on it and some key stats about the switch, distance, battery included, etc, etc. On the back, simple marketing information about the company, and here on the side you've got this classic look of NSI norm statistics about the throw, lumen level, runtime, impact resistance, etc, etc. Some warnings when you open the box to let you know what can happen to you. And inside the box you've got plenty of accessories including the flashlight, wrist lanyard with Acebeam logo, very short USB to USB-C charging cable, 2 spare O-rings in case you need a replacement, of course, and a bunch of papers including user manual in English and Chinese, quite useful actually. Before operating, make sure to remove the dustproof cover as well as unscrew the tail cap and remove the insulation film from the battery compartment, as this flashlight is shipped with the battery included. So here is the Acebeam W35, basically an ordinary looking flashlight with 2 switches here, 1 here, etc. What's the hassle? So basically, I always tell you guys that you get what you pay for. So basically, Acebeam may be not the cheapest brand, however it is investing in innovation and the build quality and finish is just excellent. I don't know any second flashlight company that actually places so much importance to details and build quality than Acebeam. And by the way, this video is not sponsored by Acebeam by any way. I borrowed this one from my friend because I genuinely think and believe that this flashlight is innovative and I would like to share with you my thoughts. Basically, the build quality is just outstanding. No sharp edges here. The anodization is just of highest quality, slightly matte finish, and you've got this stainless steel bezel, really nice one. You've got obviously some engravings here informing you that there is some danger. This is a class 1 product, so never shine the light directly into anyone's eyes because you can damage the sight of this person, including yourself, when you shine it directly into your eyes. We've got some smooth knurling here on the battery tube, nice cigar grip availability, and basically the flashlight is plain and simple with slightly long head and quite good cooling fins. Believe it or not, but the LEP flashlight can also get hot despite low output nominally on the paper. We've got two switches here to control the output and the focus. We've got the battery indicator here. Actually, when you turn on the flashlight, it will illuminate for a couple of seconds to let you know what your battery power is. And then actually here on the tail cap side, we've got nice smart double layer lanyard attachment here on the tactical ring as well, and on the back side we've got this standard forward click tactical switch, but also a USB-C charging port to charge the battery directly in the flashlight. So this is quite nice. If you unscrew the tail cap, you will reveal a nice set of unanodized threads. So again, no lockout possible here. Looking in the spring, gold plated, obviously as such a price point, I wouldn't expect anything else. Here is the battery, obviously, and dual battery tube here designed to get the contact from the tail switch to the driver. Nice 21700 5000 mAh battery included, 15 amps, so should be sufficient. Again, protected a little bit longer than standard 21700 without protection circuit. This is Samsung 50S I used most often. The good thing is that there's a spring down there, so even on a standard unprotected battery that is actually inside, the flashlight still operates, so you can use other batteries than the one included. However, you already have it in a package, so as a spare one maybe, but as a main one I think you can go with this one. By the way, there's no USB-C charging port built into the battery, and so it's not as extremely long, and it fits my charger without any problems, so this is quite nice. Speaking of charging, there is a USB-C charging port directly next to the tactical switch on the tail cap, so you just unplug this rubber cover that sits quite tightly actually, and plug in your standard USB-C charging cable and wait for the battery indicator or charging indicator to turn from red to green on this little indicator. As you can see right on the screen, the charging is quite fast, around 2 amps, and took around 4.5 hours to fully charge the included 5000 mAh battery. I didn't notice this before, but for such a price you also get a sapphire crystal here, so this is extremely scratch resistant material and definitely on the premium side, and as you can see the anti-reflective coating is quite brilliant. I can just focus my camera on the sky outside the window. Wow! So what's all the fuss about this flashlight? Well, basically instead of using a standard zoom technology, which basically physically changes the distance between the LEP light source and the lens, Acebeam used some kind of electronic control diffuser which basically changes the structure of the layer which is between the LEP source and the glass. What you can physically see is the changes of structure of this rectangular pattern below the glass lens as you switch between different focus modes. And as you can see on the video right now, the effect is actually quite spectacular when you can go from extremely focused beam to quite floody, where you can really walk around with this flashlight, not knowing or not being aware that this is a LEP flashlight that can throw over 2 and 6 kilometers away, which effectively gives you a flashlight that you can use for extreme distance illumination, but also to walk around on ordinary basis. Would you find applications for such flashlight in your daily life? Please let me know below this video. When it comes to the UI, I think it is quite simple and well thought. You've got your main switch to turn the flashlight on with momentary illumination option, which gives you quite nice feedback for signaling, which is quite uncommon for Acebeam, so I'm quite happy that they put the switch that actually can have that in this particular flashlight. And then when you click it fully, you've got two electronic switches to change modes, so basically the the one on the right side will change through 3 different modes, and then when you double tap you've got your turbo output. Single click will go back into the loop of 3, and then you can also triple click for strobe mode. One click will turn on main mode again, and the left portion is for electronic focus control. So basically there are 8 different modes here, from fully focused right now to fully floody right now. Now, when you like to go in the opposite direction, you have to click again, and the flashlight will cycle through different focus modes and then go back again. The main drawback here is basically you cannot switch the direction. So if you are 3 points into the focus and like to go back into the focus, you have to click through all different modes to go back into the desired position, unless there is a shortcut. Unless you want to go into the extreme focus or extreme flat, then you double tap and switch between those 2 extremes. And the good thing is that focus level is memorized when you turn off the flashlight, unless it is a shortcut to direct focus or direct flat. So basically a little bit of improvement of direction switching here would be appreciated. However, I think the 90% readiness is already achieved. There is also a standard Acebeam battery indicator of green, red and flashing red, indicating approximately battery power. Here are my Lumen measurements for the Acebeam W35, both ultra focus but also extremely floody outputs. As you can see, it is quite lower than manufacturer specs, and anyways, I would like to see a little bit like 1000 lumens LEP here to take full advantage of throw and flat in this particular model. When looking in the runtime graph, Acebeam W35 definitely does not disappoint. Well, maybe aside of initial output that could be much higher. I measured well-tooled LEPs and they scored much higher values on my Lumen tube, so I believe the numbers are quite correct here. Summing it up, Acebeam W35 comes again with great innovation, transforming quite impractical focused LEP beam flashlight into something that could be used all around different applications, with an option to instantly switch to extremely throwy beam. As always from Acebeam, we get a premium quality of both fit and finish and performance in case of flat output regulation and extremely good beam quality, regardless whether in focused form or floody beam. Electronic focus, especially in LEP flashlights, is not that popular yet, so I think Acebeam has a great advantage of offering unique selling proposition for users like myself and you other flashlight enthusiasts. Would you rather go for Acebeam W35 or stay with your current Acebeam M1 Terminator with focusable zoom and another second channel with Nichia 519A or other triple LED source? Please let me know in a comment below, because I think I personally still go with M1, which is more compact and offering quite more versatile performance. However, I have to admit that Acebeam W35 is quite tempting when it comes to such application. This flashlight definitely made a strong impression on me, and I start wondering whether we could expect further models with such technology, but brighter LEP, maybe different lenses and combinations of flooded throw, but also bigger battery stores, because let's face it, 2 hours is okay, but it could be more. Please let me know below this video what do you think about this flashlight, or maybe personal comments about your experience with W35. If you haven't already, click the like button, click the subscribe button to support the algorithm of this channel and not to miss any future videos that I release. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.